Welcome to my LGBT lesbian channel. The series Checkmate, Stripper and Dance for Me are voiced for you in full history. Thank you for your comments, reactions and subscription to my channel. Have a nice day everyone. Carla Camilla was wearing a dress with gray pattern, which fell perfectly well on her body, molding the sinuous and Latin curves that she possessed. Her legs were covered with thin black stockings, which made me wonder if she was wearing a garter belt underneath. I shook my head, to then look at her face. She had her hair straight, leaving her face more serious and challenging. "You arrived early apparently," she said as she faced her husband in a serious way. "Boring meeting. I didn't want to bore you. Sit next to me, my love," the man said as he pulled the chair for his wife, who promptly sat down in front of me. Camilla's intense brown eyes landed on me as soon as the woman sat down. In an almost imperceptible way, the brunette curled her lips into a smile that I could swear to be devilish. I swallowed hard, looking away from her gaze to address a trivial matter with the commissioner at her side. "We can order dinner." And so it was done. The dinner proceeded based on an interesting conversation. Collins was a very educated man. It was no wonder that he was one of the best entrepreneurs in the country. And Camilla didn't fall behind. The two seemed to have been molded in the same way, with the same knowledge and habits. What made me wonder how long the two have been together. "How long have you been married?" Brandon asked as if he read my thoughts. Christopher smiled and rested his hand on Camilla's, making a light caress. "We've been married for 5 years. The red wine that in that instant I was drinking went down faster than expected, causing me to cough uncontrollably. "Is everything all right, Agent Yaregui?" I quickly grabbed the delicate napkin from the table, putting it over my mouth, to finally cease the cough. "Yes, don't worry." My eyes met Camilla's, who seemed to know exactly what was going on in my head. If they've been married for 5 years, she wasn't such a faithful wife. Christopher seemed to be in love, or he just made sure to display his wonderful wife for whoever it was. Of the two options, I chose the second. "That is incredible," Brandon smiled. "Yes, Commissioner. I was very lucky to find Christopher," Camilla said with a smile, to then take a sip of her wine. She looked at her husband, and then at me. I could see the dark liquid wetting her so fleshy lips, those lips that I would give anything to feel again. No, Lauren." I drank the alcohol from my glass up to the last drop. I needed that to remain calm enough in front of that hungry gaze. In my interior I was fighting a continuous battle to see if all that was really happening, or if it was just a figment of my imagination. "Camilla is a wonderful woman, I have no complaint," the man said. I widened my eyes as soon as I felt something touch me under the table. I accommodated myself on the chair, and it continued. The she-devil was secretly sliding her feet covered by the black stockings on my legs. I swallowed hard, closing my hands into fists. Our eyes stared at each other without the slightest shame, as she discreetly went up with the tip of her feet from my calf to my thighs. I took a deep breath, trying to remain calm. How could she be so bold? Camilla smiled sweetly at Christopher, who continued talking about his wife to the commissioner, who seemed interested in the subject. I closed my legs, joining my thighs. And then she shook her head in a clear order for me to open them. Crazy, that's what she was. The effect of the drink was beginning to mark its presence. I felt the adrenaline running through my veins, because of the fear of being easily noticed by Christopher, unlike Carla, who seemed to have fun with the situation. The fabric of her stockings slid softly on my skin, going up between my thighs. The table was small, making it easy for her to reach where I most feared or longed. My fingers drummed nervously on the table. I was starting to sweat, as if I was about to disarm a bomb. My most prized possession. I don't let anyone touch, right, love? Christopher asked Camilla. True, but with that you don't have to worry about, baby. I only have eyes for you. Camilla brought her hand to her husband's face, and she gently kissed him. That could only be a joke. What a son of a bitch. After the affection, she looked back at me and slid the tip of her tongue over her lips in a teasing way, to then smile. I closed my eyes and tried to draw strength from all my being to get up from that table, and stop everything, but she was more agile. I felt her subtle touch on my panties. Fuck. I brought one of my hands under the table, pushing her foot away. But she didn't give up, she slid her foot again over my pussy. Without the slightest shame. You seem somewhat uncomfortable. Are you okay? John asked. Worriedly. If you want I can take you to the bathroom, Lauren. Camilla said. Staring at me. All that I least wanted was to go to a bathroom with her, or I wanted to. Take her, honey, Collins said. No, I'm fine. I just need to go home. I had a full day. Are you sure? I nodded. All right then, Christopher spoke gently. I got up from the chair quickly, eliciting a soft chuckle from the brunette in front of me. It was a pleasure to dine with you. I promise that tomorrow I'll start investigating the case. Collins stood in front of me, buttoning his black suit. I hope so. I want the best results, Agent. I'll give my all to solve everything, Mr. Collins. I don't know why, but I believe that Lauren will do a wonderful job. Camilla spoke as she approached, stopping right behind her husband, but still with her eyes on me. I hope to meet all your expectations, Mrs. Cabello. You will, Lauren, you surely will. Oh. If you like that I voiced the continuation of the series Stripper and want me to continue, please like and write a comment on the video. This will be an incentive to continue working on translation and dubbing.